So what are the three biggest mistakes that people make when they're starting up a business, particularly for the first time? That's what we're going to be talking about this week. So I've started up a lot of businesses over the years. I still operate 4, but some of them I don't think I should have started up. So let me share some of the things that I think people make huge mistakes in when they're setting up new businesses. And we're going to be talking about just 3 this week. So the first one is there a market for what you do, what you sell? It's amazing the number of people who have a passion about something and they think, great, I'm going to turn this into my business. But their passion isn't really shared, or maybe people don't actually want to pay good money for whatever it is that they're selling, the services or the products. So please make sure that there's a big market out there for whatever your products and services are going to be. Doesn't matter if it's your passion or not, you've got to have a market. Is there a need? Are there people needing what you are going to be providing? One of the sort of giveaways, I guess, in terms of there being a ready market for your products and services are that there's lots of competitors. That's actually not a bad thing. If there are lots of people doing what you do, that's good. There's obviously a big demand for it. Your task is to make your product or service different. You've got to differentiate them around the service offer, or value add it in some way so that people will gravitate to you rather than the competition. So number 1, please make sure there's a market for whatever it is you do. Number 2, what is the hardest thing? Sorry, we do live near a hospital here, and that one's going right past the front door. Hopefully not too serious for someone. So number 2, what is the number 1 skill that you need in a small business, particularly startup businesses just starting out? It's sales. If you don't have the ability to demonstrate what it is you do, explain the benefits and value of what you do, encourage people to buy whatever it is you're selling, you're going to be dead in the water. And if you're one of these people who thinks that selling is kind of, oh, that's a yucky thing, it's kind of tacky, it's not. If you're selling good products and services, valuable things that are going to help people, you are doing people a service, and you need to work out the best way of promoting and selling your product or service. You're helping people out. If you don't feel that, you shouldn't be selling those products and services. So if sales scares you or you have no experience of sales, get out and get some practice. Maybe you can work with someone in a sales environment to get a bit of a feel for it. Heck, in a cafe helping out or something. It's all about dealing with customers. It's about dealing with people who are not sure what they want, or dealing with people who are a little bit awkward. All of that experience that you gain is going to help you in your business. And learn a lot, of course, on YouTube and go to classes and all that kind of stuff as well. Sales is the number 1 skill that you need in a business startup. And if you're uncomfortable with it, maybe delay your startup, or at least have someone in the business who is really, really good at sales. Third mistake that I see, no plan. People just launch into it. Interesting, when I started my first business back in 1997, which is 24 years ago now, I actually put a business plan together for what the business was going to look like in 10 and 20 years' time. And it was quite funny because there was just 2 of us when we started. And I had this organizational chart. It was a consulting business. And we put, the whole structure. There was IT and HR, and there was senior people and junior people and admin and finance. And we had the whole structure there, and there was only 2 of us. So we put our names in all the boxes. And if you like, the target over the years was to take our names out of the boxes and hire people to put into those boxes. And it's funny, looking back on that business plan 24 years later, gee, it was pretty close. And there was a whole financial plan going with it as well. So you need to think about how your business is going to grow, because unless it's a hobby, it's going to be way beyond you, hopefully, very quickly. So as the business grows, who will you bring on board to help you? Have you got your financial projections? Have you projected all of the costs and the expected incomes? Have you got profitability planned out? Have you thought about HR? Have you thought about your sales and marketing plan? So you do need a plan. Now, what I have got actually is that almost that original plan from 24 years ago, you can download that as a bit of a guide if you haven't got one. So I'll put a link down below. It's actually for a consulting business, so just bear that in mind. So it doesn't really matter what business that you've got, but you'll see the principles of all of the elements that you have to put into the plan, and particularly the financial plan. So there we go, 3 key things. We could probably talk about 20, but make sure there's a market for what it is that you're going to be selling. Make sure that you've got some sales skills, either you or someone in the business, your partner starting up, and make sure that you've got a plan, and you can download that plan on the link below. So if you've already been going for a while in business, what other tips would you provide? What other key mistakes have you seen people make around you? I'd love to hear down below. Do comment down below. But thanks for watching, and welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, we talk about all kinds of things here for small business owners. There's quite a heavy focus on utilizing virtual assistants, because this channel is kind of about virtual assistants. It's my virtual assistant business, virtual done well. But more and more, I want to start developing some more general business interest videos on the channel. So love to hear your feedback down below, your comments. What would you like to hear about in terms of some of the challenges of starting up a new business, being successful in business? And maybe I can share those with you in the coming weeks. Thanks for joining us. If you haven't subscribed, maybe hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. And they come out every Tuesday evening, Sydney, Australia time. See you next week.